All right, we did it. Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert. Welcome back to the TED Show. Oh man, I'm so excited about this organization and to bring back Lance Price. And also we have a new face, Ali. Is it Nass or Nass?
Nass.
Nass. Ali Nass is here. Command K9 Service Dogs. Wait till you hear what they do for our veterans. It's absolutely amazing. Welcome to the show, Ali, and welcome back, Lance. How y'all doing today?
Good. Thank you for having us.
Great. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. All right, Lance, I'll start with you, and then you can maybe introduce Ali. Tell us a little bit about you, your journey, and then how you met, how you connected with Ali.
Absolutely. I'm a 18-year medically retired veteran with PTSD, TBI, to name a couple of medical issues. And one of the helps that are provided through Service Dog is PTSD help, TBI for our stability and mobility. So I looked into getting a service dog. That's how I linked up with Ali. And Ali was with a different organization at the time, and things didn't go quite as planned. So we started talking, and that's how everything came about. We came about just recently in January, so very fresh out of the gate, and we want to let people know what we're doing because, like you said before we came on the air, is not many people are doing this, and why aren't they? And veterans deserve some more stability so they had the opportunity to go out in town and actually live life, because I know having a service dog helps you live life to the fullest, especially when you're paranoid of your surroundings.
What a blessing. Thank you for sharing that, by the way, and thank you for your service. I mean that wholeheartedly. I have a great deal of respect for anybody who has served our country, and I'm very excited when anybody, regular citizens like now you, Lance, and you, Ali, actually do wonderful things for our vets. All right, Ali, tell us about you. It's not like you woke up one day and you had a Command K9 Service Barbie. You've had a journey coming up to this. Tell us a little bit about you.
Absolutely. So growing up, I grew up with probably 20 dogs my whole life. So I really love the dogs. I grew up with having a passion for it. When I was 17, I enlisted in the Army. I was a military working dog handler for 4 years. So I worked on dogs, drug dogs. I was very blessed to do a bunch of Secret Service missions and train under various trainers and learn different techniques on how to train and learn the behaviors of a dog. I got out. I worked for a little while at the American Airlines Center in Dallas. I worked a bomb dog there, trained police dogs for a little while, but I have a pretty bad back injury from my time active duty, so I stopped doing that. And until COVID, I was working a bomb dog or drug dog at Port Canaveral on the cruise lines. In the midst of that time, I started my own dog training business, doing private dog training, and I trained a service dog for myself, and it was really, really helping me. He's actually on the couch back there.
Amazing.
He has given me such a better quality of life. I came out of the Army having at least 50 panic attacks a week. My back would give out on me. I couldn't hardly walk. Thankfully, my back injuries healed a little bit. I'm functional and able to train dogs, and I think it's actually helping me because I'm staying so mobile with it. In January, I had previously been working for a nonprofit for about 1.5 years, and I decided to leave. I just wanted to something different. Was treated kind of poorly, and I really wanted to continue this mission because of how much better it helped my life. Veterans like Lance that had come with me, I reached out to them and was like, hey, I'm going to start my own nonprofit. I want to continue doing this. I want to continue doing free service dog training for disabled veterans. And most of the veterans stayed with me. And to date, we've had either currently in training or graduating 27 veterans since January.
Wow. Yeah. All right. First of all, thank you for your service as well. Greatly appreciated. I have to ask, because a lot of people ask this question. We hear about service dogs. Explain a little bit of the science behind that, or the connection or the emotional part, because I think people think, oh, well, they just need a pet in their lives. It's much more than that. It's not This is a relationship. This is something you train them to do and to recognize. So tell them a little bit about the process and how it actually helps a vet with PTSD or other issues that they're dealing with.
So with a service dog, once they're properly trained, they're considered medical equipment. They're so essential to somebody's life that it's as if you have a prosthetic leg, a wheelchair. They become vital to the veteran's life. We teach extensive, basic, advanced off-leash obedience. We do public access training to where the dog is extremely obedient. Anywhere you go, when the veteran needs them, the dog's there. We do mobility, PTSD, diabetic response, retrieval, blocking, bracing, hearing alert, seizure alert, pretty much. So how I do my training is the veteran comes to me. If they already have a dog, as long as it's not aggressive, skittish, fearful, or high anxiety, I'll teach them how to teach their dog. If they don't have a dog, I'll find them a dog and do the same thing as long as it has the correct criteria. It's
amazing.
It becomes their best friend. It's not just, a pet. I had somebody ask me the other day, well, why is this a service dog? Why can't I pet him? I said, because he's working. People might not see what he's working, but like with PTSD, something, they might have a flashback, or they might have a panic attack, or they might be going into a real bad depression, or, scared that something's going to happen. And their dog is their best friend. Their dog, I'll teach blocking. So if people rush up on them, they can just turn, look behind them. The dog goes behind them and acts as a barrier to kind of give them that sense of protection. I teach veterans how to use their dogs to come out of those moments and focus completely on the dog. Something as simple as staring in a dog's eyes for 10 seconds releases dopamine in your brain. That'll help settle you down. It's mobility. So with me, when my back's real flared up, I can't really bend down to pick up stuff. So my dog will open the fridge, close the fridge, get me a drink, close cabinets, anything I drop, he'll pick up, hand it to me.
Wow.
When I was having really severe panic attacks, I've almost drowned in my tub 3 times from them. My body seizes up. I can't talk. I physically lose my voice. I can't walk. And my dog will come into the tub and help get me out. That happened a couple times. He'll run straight across the house and go get medication for me, bring me my bag. And those are things that have been specifically trained for me. For other people, such as with seizures, I'll teach the dog to go underneath and act as a pillow so the person's not hitting their head on the concrete, or do deep pressure therapy. I'll work on teaching the dog how to respond and notify the owner that something's wrong. So say they have, diabetic levels high or low, or seizure coming on, or panic attack coming on. Your body gives off different odors and endorphins that the dogs will pick up on. We just kind of fine tune it to where, one, the owner's knowing, hey, something's wrong with me. My dog is telling me something. 1, and 2, it teaches them that, to do whatever they need, either give themselves insulin or get prepared for having a seizure. That way, they're not injuring themselves. Or that makes sense.
How is it that they can learn that is to me so amazing and impactful. And, unless you've seen it, which thankfully, because of social media, a lot of people have seen where the service dogs, the companion dogs, when somebody's having a seizure, for example, or a panic attack, and they comfort them. So we all have seen it. I don't think anybody understood the science behind it or what you were really trying to accomplish. It's a training that you have to do. Even though I believe dogs have this innate ability to sense that, they still need to know what to do with it and how to physically take it and implement something to help. They know something's wrong. I can tell you, my dogs know when I'm sick. They just do. It just is what it is. They have, we're connected on a level. So if you're training them to be super fine tuned and understand how to respond to a certain odor or action, that is absolutely life changing for anyone, let alone these vets. How about you, Lance? Tell us. Tell people, explain a little bit, if you don't mind. TBI is traumatic brain injury, by the way, for those people who don't know what that is. And PTSD, childhood survivor, not a military survivor. So kudos to you guys. That is a thing to deal with. I understand it on a different level. And so you look for the comfort. You add that together with the panic attacks and everything else. A service dog can actually give you back your life, or at least parts of your life that you have been missing for a long time. Talk about that, Lance, a little bit.
Absolutely. I've had a dog bring me out of my nightmares. I've had a dog comfort me when I'm close to the edge. This is a previous service dog, and we're working on getting me a new service dog because mine has gotten a little old. And that's another thing with the breeding program that Allie's looking at. I'm looking at getting one of the chocolate labs myself for my own service dog. But in a real severe part of my PTS issues with the traumatic events, waking up in the middle of the night and all that kind of stuff, just to have a companion that was always there and no judgment, because no matter how much someone loves you, when you're waking up in the middle of the night every night and they're not getting sleep either, it gets a little antsy. But the dog's always there and was always there to comfort and to be there. And also, I mean, as Allie had mentioned, mobility. I have neck injury as well. Mobility will be one of the issues. There's days like today when it's wet that I just hurt, and it's hard to do things. And that service dog adds a quality of life to those that have days like I do. And there's many veterans out there that can help them with things when they're, so they don't feel like they're vulnerable. Because I say that a certain way because veterans hate feeling vulnerable because you're taught not to be. And yeah, I think I answered your question.
It's an interesting, for people who on the outside, I think anybody who's an animal lover in general will understand to whatever level animal lovers, right? Because you have a relationship, a bond, they're family. They're not, I don't even like to call them fur babies. They're just babies. They're part of the family, right? It is just like it is having a child, a brother, a sister. When you really bond with a dog or whatever you bond with. But I think that provides comfort. People don't realize it. So it's not that much of a leap, guys. You guys know how you feel. If you're not a service dog, you have a regular dog, and let's say, and you know how they make you feel when you come in, you've had a rough day, you're not feeling good. You pet your dog. If you've done any research, stare in their eyes. It's the dopamine. There's just so much positive with our animal family. And so just take that leap if you give them a training, which obviously Allie does and her team, and they can do so much more. What a blessing that is. What a vet.
Absolutely. That natural care is always there in the dog. It's just bringing it out. And that's what Allie does in the training, and that's what they do. That's what you're doing with service dogs. That natural care, I feel, is part of a dog's genetics. And it's just bringing it out. Bringing out what that care is going to be through a service dog.
Yeah, I feel like they're already built to be there for us, made to be there for us. And so what Allie does. So Allie, let's talk. If we have veterans, which we have a lot, I like that. That is a good ringtone. We have veterans out there or family of veterans who are like, God, this is exactly what I need. What's the process? Do they reach out to you? Is it tell us a little bit about how that works. Because I know we'll have vets go, okay, what do I do, Allie? I'm interested.
So just go to our website, www.commandcanineservicedogs.com, fill out an application, submit your DD-214 and disability award. That's just me kind of confirming your service and that you have a disability. It doesn't matter if you already have a dog or if I'm finding you a dog, it can be as low as 10%. But with the chocolate labs, we're doing 50% or more disability rating, and I'll give you a free trained dog. So that's in the making. I'm still waiting on the females to come in heat. Once they come in heat, I'll breed them, and I'm hoping to have 10 to maybe 20 dogs a year that I'll be formally training myself and then pairing with veterans. So they just fill out the application. I get in contact with them. I do training sessions twice a week. I have a veteran come to me, and it's kind of like a train the trainer. I teach them how to teach their dog. Do one task at a time so they're not overwhelmed. I send them home with homework, just whatever we work on that day, just fine tune it till the next training session, and then we build. And before they know it, their dog's 30 foot off leash in a sit stay. They're able to call it to come, stop it, have it come to them, loop around, go into a heel off leash. I do the extensive off leash obedience because not all the time your dog is on leash when you need it. It might be walking through the house. It might be walking through the yard. If something's happening, you need to have that trained to where your dog immediately comes to you when you need it. And then we just continue on with training. And our task training, I don't just do a generic like cutter training for every single dog. I sit down and talk to each veteran. I'm like, okay, what disabilities do you have? What would make your life better? What would help you? What can I teach this dog to do that would make it just a little bit easier for you to get through the day? And then we go from there, and I do whatever training task-wise that would help the vet specifically.
All right, so tell people how we're going to get to the website is scrolling across the bottom. What can we do to help you as a nonprofit? What can we do to embrace you, to fundraise, to get involved? I'll have people who are allies, who are big proponents of anything veteran services and giving back that will ask me that question.
Absolutely. If I can go first, and Allie can add anything that I might miss there, Ted. But we have some great things coming up in May. May 1st, we're going to be at the Cycle Bar in Lake Nona. If you want to come out and meet us from 3 to 6 p.m. We're going to be in Paws in the Park the following weekend, which I believe is the 8th, and that's at Lake Eola Park, I believe.
Yes.
And the big event that we really need your support at, and would really love for you to get there, is our first big event that we're having as Command K9 Service Dogs, and that's a barbecue and raffle at Pitmasters Barbecue in DeLand. And the more we can get out there, the better. We have rifles for raffle. We have multiple things for raffle. We have handmade by veteran, handmade wooden flags by veterans. That's for raffle. Some beautiful items that'll be out there, and we'll be there from 5 p.m. and just come out and show your support and meet the dogs and give us some love. Donations always help. Right now, that's what's keeping us going is donations, and so far it's been great, and the community has been great.
Oops. Can they do that on command9servicedogs.com? Can they make the donations there?
Limited donations. I think it's like $50, but we need sponsors to help us with our dogs. We're ranging from $10,000 to $25,000 per dog. That's our cost. That's training costs. That's equipment. My goal is a veteran to come to us. Obviously, all their training's free, but I want to give them leash, collars, harnesses, crates, a bag of dog food. I want to be able to give them everything that they need for this dog to be able to start out correctly. So all of that costs money. So any type of sponsors, donations. We're also looking for a photographer and a videographer. I want to do a testimonial with some of our veterans and kind of document everything that we're doing. That's something I'm currently looking for. And then we're always looking for other members other people that want to join our team to help our cause and to help us grow in different areas that we might lack in.
Fantastic.
And breeders that are willing to, any breeders that would like to reach out to us and possibly work together as far as getting dogs to these service members too.
Thankfully, we're partnered with Jennifer Muss-George, who has the George's Rottweilers in Florida. She's donated, I think, 8 dogs to us so far. These are registered Rottweilers that are worth $2,000 to $3,000. Instead of her selling them, she's donating it to our veterans. It's absolutely amazing. She's an amazing woman. Her dogs are coming out great. So any other breeders, that would be interested in donating, puppies here and there would be awesome until we get really on our feet and rolling with the chocolate labs.
See, these are needs. I'm so glad you guys addressed those because those are needs, people that you have if you're a breeder, for example, you have the puppy And I know you haven't gotten the cash yet. So instead of, this is a beautiful thing that you could do by donating a puppy to become a service dog. All right. Command K9 servicedogs.com. Ali Nass and of course Lance Price. You guys, what you're doing is such a blessing. Thank you. And so I definitely think that we can find some photographers and videographers for you and some sponsors, especially for the dogs and of course for any events that you have coming up. Y'all get involved. You had lots of love on the show from all my platforms. You guys love this topic, then give back. Command K9servicedogs.com. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much, Ted, for having us.
Yeah.
Bless you both. What an amazing amount of love and support you give to our veteran community. It's a blessing. So thank you. Thank you, guys. All right, guys. We'll see you back soon. Get out and support Lance and Ali. And